Assalamu alaikum, dear viewers. Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Welcome back to our channel. After a comprehensive overview about the initial 22 types of angels created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are now moving towards Siraj Al Rahim, the lamp of the womb. The Quran describes in Surah 39 verse 6, the womb meaning Rahim as a place of threefold darkness. Yet in this chamber of silence and mystery, Allah does not leave the developing soul without light. The angel known as Siraj Al Rahim, the lamp of the womb, is a spiritual being who brings divine illumination into this unseen space. This is the being of unfathomable might, created from the most luminous light, called Nur Muhammadi, meaning the divine light of Prophet Muhammad. His name combines two powerful symbols, Siraj meaning lamp, a radiant source of guidance, warmth, and visibility. Rahim meaning womb and mercy, from the same root as al-Rahman, the all-merciful. The womb is linked directly to Allah's mercy, as mentioned in the Hadith Qudsi of Bukhari 5988, Muslim 2554. I am al-Rahman, and I created the womb, the Rahim, and derived its name from mine. Thus, Siraj Al Rahim symbolizes the descent of divine mercy and light into the deepest unseen, ensuring that the soul's journey begins not in darkness, but in light. Before going further, a quick update. All our videos are available in both English and Urdu languages on our YouTube channel. You can find them by navigating to our playlists, where all our videos are available for your convenience. Now let's continue meaning and symbolism. Siraj meaning lamp. The Quran describes in Surah 33 verse 46 the Prophet Muhammad as Sirajan Munira, a radiant lamp. The lamp is not only a source of light but also guidance, direction, and warmth. In the womb, it is the first sign that Allah has not abandoned the soul. As stated in several hadiths, that the first creation created by Allah was the light of Prophet Muhammad, and with this light came the entire creation. This vast topic has likewise been discussed in our initial videos on the first creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Thus, we are born from the divine light of Prophet Muhammad. Rahim meaning womb and mercy. The womb is more than a biological chamber. It is a sanctuary of divine compassion, where life is wrapped in mercy before it faces the struggles of the world. Siraj Al Rahim is thus the angel of compassionate illumination, bridging between Allah's mercy meaning Rahmah and human vulnerability. Tasawwufi scholars interpret this angel as the inner light of fitra placed in every human at birth, a reminder that life begins in divine mercy and ends in divine justice. A proof that Allah's mercy precedes His wrath, as reflected in creation itself. In our previous videos, we also explored the verse on how Allah created every living thing from water, the creation of the waters above the dome and below the flat earth, firmament dome above the flat earth, actual shape of the earth according to the Quran and Islamic cosmology, primordial waters of the heavens, the kursi, meaning the footstool of Allah, the ash, meaning the throne of Allah, Lahar Mahfuz, the sacred tablet, the pen meaning al-Qalam, why Allah created the universe, the first creation of Allah, the seven portals and dimensions of the universe, and discussed where Allah was before He created the universe. If you haven't watched them yet, please do. Now let's continue. Quranic mentions. The Quran does not name Siraj Al Rahim explicitly, but it provides a framework of verses that establish his role. The verse of triple darkness, as stated in Surah 39 verse 6, He creates you in the wombs of your mothers, creation after creation, in 3 layers of darkness. This verse shows this angel is the one who pierces these 3 veils, abdomen, womb wall, amniotic sac, with divine light. The verse on lamp of Allah in Surah 24 verse 35. Allah is the light of the heavens and the earth. The parable of His light is as if there were a niche, and within it a lamp, meaning Siraj. This verse shows the womb becomes the niche, the angel becomes the lamp within it. The verse on spirit of command in Surah 17 verse 85. They ask you about the spirit? Say, the spirit is of the command of my Lord. This shows Siraj Al Rahim is linked to the infusion of ruh, meaning soul, into the fetus. Verse on light of the believers in Surah 57 verse 12. On the day you will see the believing men and women, their light running before them and to their right. This shows that light traces back to the lamp in the womb, carried through life and manifest on Qiyamah. Hadith mentions the hadith of the womb as stated in Sahih Muslim 2554. Allah said, I am al-Rahman, and I created the womb, meaning Rahim, and I derived its name from mine. Thus, the womb is directly tied to Allah's mercy. Siraj Al Rahim is the angel of this mercy. In Sahih Bukhari 3208, at 120 days, Allah sends an angel who breathes the soul into it and writes 4 matters. The angel who comes does not bring darkness but light, understood by Tasawwufi as Siraj Al Rahim. In Sahih Muslim 763, the Prophet prayed, O Allah, place light in my heart, in my sight, in my hearing, to my right, to my left, above me, beneath me. The first fulfillment of this dua is the womb's lamp surrounding the fetus. Role of this angel in the womb, Angel Siraj Al Rahim's mission in the womb. Illumination, which is piercing the triple darkness with a spiritual lamp. Mercy, which is wrapping the fetus in divine compassion. Witness, which is bearing witness to the soul's entry into existence. Protection, which is shielding the fetus from unseen harm. Guidance, which is ensuring the fetus grows according to divine decree. Without this angel, the womb would be not only physically dark but spiritually barren. Role with prophets. With Prophet Muhammad, his light was placed in the loins of Adam and passed through generations until it reached his mother, Amina. Sufis say Siraj Al Rahim illuminated his noble womb more than any other. With Prophet Isa, also called Jesus, born without a father, his womb light was extraordinary. The Quran says in Surah 66 verse 12, Mary was told, we breathe into her of our spirit. Siraj Al Rahim was the lamp that prepared the womb for a miraculous conception. With Prophet Musa, his mother was inspired to cast him into the river, as stated in Surah 20 verse 38. This trust was only possible because the womb had already been filled with divine light, making her heart firm. With Prophet Yunus, when he was in the darkness of the whale, his dua la ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minal zalimin echoed the darkness of the womb, and the same angelic light saved him. Role of this angel in life. After birth, Siraj Al Rahim's light becomes the fitra, meaning innate purity. Every human being carries a fragment of the womb's lamp. It appears in the innocence of children. It calls adults back to Allah when they stray. It flickers with every act of goodness and dims with sin. Role of Angel Siraj Al Rahim in the grave. When the soul departs the body, the first station it encounters is the grave. The Prophet said in Tirmidhi 2460, the grave is either a garden from the gardens of paradise or a pit from the pits of hell. For the believer, the light that once entered the womb through Angel Siraj Al Rahim remains present. Just as the fetus was protected in 3 layers of darkness, the deceased is again embraced by 3 layers: the soil above, the narrowness of the grave, and the veil between this world and the next. In that constriction, the angel's lamp reappears. It is described by Sufi teachers as a rekindling of the original womb light, a reminder of the mercy with which the soul first began. This illumination becomes the believer's comfort. When angels Munkar and Nakir question them, their grave expands. a door to paradise is opened, and the angel's lamp prevents the terror of isolation. For the disbeliever or hypocrite, the womb's lamp was extinguished by arrogance and heedlessness, so their grave remains in pitch darkness, a reflection of their inner state. Role of Angel Siraj Al Rahim in Barzakh. Barzakh, the interval between death and resurrection, is a realm of waiting and unveiling. In this station, Siraj Al Rahim serves as a guardian of the soul's memory of mercy. Sufis describe it as the same angel who once watched silently over the fetus, now watching over the soul's sleep in the grave. For the believer, this presence is a lantern that prevents despair, allowing them to glimpse gardens, fragrance, and angelic company. Ibn al-Qayyim likened it to a window opened by mercy itself. For those who wronged themselves, the Barzakh is filled with anxiety and fear, and the angel's lamp is hidden from them, leaving them in confusion. In Tasawwufi commentaries, this role of Siraj Al Rahim is seen as a reminder: the mercy that gave you birth waits for you until you return to your Lord. Thus, in Barzakh, the angel does not abandon the believer, but remains as a flickering lamp of hope until the final resurrection. Role of Angel Siraj Al Rahim on Qiyamah. On the day of resurrection, every human will long for light. The Quran says in Surah 57 verse 12, "On the day you will see the believing men and women, their light running before them and to their right. That light is traced back to the first lamp of the womb." Angel Siraj Al Rahim reappears as the womb's mercy manifests on the vast plain of judgment. The believers will find their path illuminated across the Sirat, while hypocrites will cry, as stated in Surah 57 verse 13, "Wait for us that we may borrow from your light." Tasawwufi masters interpret this as the womb's lamp being preserved by the righteous but lost by those who abandon mercy in life. The Prophet himself will be the greatest light on that day, but the trace of Angel Siraj Al Rahim within each believer will determine their safety. Just as the angel lit the unseen chamber at the start of life, he will light the unseen path at the end of time, guiding those who kept their fitrah intact back to the mercy of Allah. Insights of Tasawwufi and Tariqat Masters. Hazrat Ibn Arabi on Angel Siraj Al Rahim. Hazrat Ibn Arabi in Fusus al-Hikam describes creation as an unfolding of divine names. For him, the womb is the mirror of the name Al-Rahman, and Angel Siraj Al Rahim is the angel who lights that mirror so the soul can recognize its Lord even before birth. He says, "The womb is the first mihrab, and its lamp is the first qibla of man. In his cosmology, this angel is the guarantor of human superiority over angels, because man receives light not by necessity as angels do, but through mercy." For Hazrat Ibn Arabi, this lamp explains why the angels questioned Adam's creation, as recorded in Surah 2 verse 30. They did not see that within his dark clay was already placed a divine lamp that would reflect Allah's mercy in ways angels could not. Hazrat Imam al-Ghazali on Angel Siraj Al Rahim in Ihya Ulum al-Din. Hazrat al-Ghazali often likens the heart to a lamp within a niche. He saw the womb as the first madrasa of the soul, where Angel Siraj Al Rahim ignites the light of fitrah. For him, every child is born upon this primordial light, and sins are nothing but veils over the lamp. He wrote, "The womb is like a dark cell, but mercy places a lantern there, so that the child enters the world not blind, but already a knower of his Lord." Hazrat Ghazali stresses that preserving this light through remembrance, prayer and humility is the only way it survives into the grave and beyond. To extinguish it through arrogance and heedlessness is to undo the womb's first gift. Thus, for him, Angel Siraj Al Rahim embodies Allah's mercy as pedagogy. The womb is a school and the angel is its first teacher of light. Hazrat Abd al-Qadir al-Jilani on Angel Siraj Al Rahim, the saint of Baghdad, taught in his Futur al-Ghaib that the believer must protect the light Allah gave them in the womb. He described Angel Siraj Al Rahim as the angel of Tawbah, meaning repentance, saying, the first lamp you were given was in the womb. Guard it by repentance, and it will guard you in the grave. Hazrat al-Jilani emphasized that this angel's presence in the womb is proof that man is born in mercy, not in wrath, and that only by choosing sins does man cover the lamp. He said, every sin is a veil over the lamp. Every repentance removes a veil, until your grave is as bright as your birth. Thus he presented Hazrat Siraj Al Rahim as a constant companion from womb to tomb, who shines most for those who seek Allah with sincerity. Hazrat Maulana Rumi on Angel Siraj Al Rahim. In the Mathnawi, Maulana Rumi frequently returns to the imagery of the womb, darkness and light. He writes, the womb is a lantern without oil, yet Allah placed a lamp inside it. From that lamp, the child drinks mercy as milk. For Maulana Rumi, Angel Siraj Al Rahim is the symbol of hidden love, the secret fire of Allah's compassion that nurtures man before he even knows himself. He urges his readers, do not extinguish that lamp with smoke of pride and greed, for it will be your only light when the grave closes over you. Hazrat Rumi connects the angel's light to the practice of continuous zikr with breath, saying that just as the fetus breathes in hidden mercy in the womb, so must the seeker breathe mercy in zikr. He saw Angel Siraj Al Rahim as a poetic bridge between Allah's unseen kindness and man's visible striving. Hazrat Shams Tabriz on Angel Siraj Al Rahim. Hazrat Shams Tabriz, the Murshid or known as spiritual guide of Maulana Rumi, saw the womb as a sacred Kaaba, hidden from human eyes but guarded by angels. He described Angel Siraj Al Rahim as the first Muezzin of the soul who calls Allahu Akbar in the darkness of the womb. In his discourses, Hazrat Shams emphasizes that the soul's first exposure to light is not the sun of this world, but the lamp of mercy in the womb. He warns, if you forget that lamp, you will seek light in palaces and markets, but remain in darkness. For Hazrat Shams, this angel represents the uninterrupted zikr of creation. Even in the silence of the womb, Allah's remembrance burns. He taught that the Murshid in Tariqat is nothing but a reflection of Angel Siraj Al Rahim, a guide who brings light into the disciple's inner darkness, just as the angel once lit the womb. Angel Siraj Al Rahim and Zikr with breath in Tasawwufi practice. The Tasawwufi and Tariqat masters teach that the human being is born already carrying a trace of the womb's lamp. This primordial light given by Angel Siraj Al Rahim is preserved within the nafas, the breath. Just as the fetus in the womb receives oxygen through the mother without ever consciously breathing, so too the soul receives mercy through the lamp without effort. But once born, the human being must consciously breathe mercy back into the world through zikr, the breath as a vessel of mercy. Tasawwufi masters call every breath nafas al-Rahma, the breath of mercy. They base this on the Hadith Qudsi, I was a hidden treasure and I loved to be known, so I created creation that I might be known. The breath is the first manifestation of this divine self-disclosure. When a newborn child breathes for the first time, it is as if the lamp of the womb passes its flame into the chest. This is why the Quran says in Surah 32 verse 9, we breathe into him of our spirit. The womb's lamp becomes the chest flame. Continuous zikr with breath. The great murshids of the tariqat instruct their disciples to synchronize zikr with breath. This is called zikr-i anfas, meaning remembrance of breaths. The zikr of breath is solely given by the murshid based on the condition of the heart and nafs of the seeker or student. Each breath becomes a testimony. The masters say, "He whose breaths are heedless dies in heedlessness. He whose breaths are remembrance lives in remembrance." Angel Siraj Al Rahim is understood as the angel who first placed this rhythm into the fetus. Just as he brought light into the womb's silence, he inspires the seeker to bring light into the silence of the chest with every breath. Why breath zikr makes man superior to angels? Angels are in constant remembrance as stated in Surah 66, verse 6. La yasuna Allah ma amarahum, but they do so without effort, they cannot disobey. Man, however, carries the tension of choice. Each breath could be heedless, or each breath could be zikr. When man disciplines his breath so that every inhale and exhale testifies to Allah, he outstrips the angels. This is the meaning of the angels' question at Adam's creation: will you place in it one who causes corruption and bloodshed? They saw his potential for heedlessness. But Allah revealed that within Adam was already placed a lamp of mercy, lit by Angel Siraj Al Rahim, which if nurtured would make man's zikr more beloved than angelic worship. Spiritual transformation through breath. When the seeker practices zikr with breath under the guidance of a Kamil Murshid, their nafs is purified, their inner lamp grows stronger. They become nafs al-mutma'inna, a soul at peace, based on the Quran Surah 89 verses 27 and 28. Return to your Lord, well pleased and well pleasing. Thus, Angel Siraj Al Rahim is not just a womb angel of the past, but a living principle of tasawwuf and tariqat practice, the first reminder of light that continues in every breath until the soul returns to Allah. Protection and spiritual practices through a Kamil Murshid. A perfect Murshid is like Angel Siraj Al Rahim. He illuminates the disciples' nafs. He teaches zikr with breath, meaning nafas al-rahma, ensuring each breath testifies to Allah. Tasawwufi say, he who perfects his breath in zikr becomes superior to angels, for angels cannot disobey, but man chooses remembrance. A Murshid awakens the seeker to the reality that every breath is a form shaped by zikr. By teaching breath zikr, the Murshid transforms the human into a being of continuous remembrance, surpassing angels. A Kamil Murshid, meaning a perfect spiritual guide, is considered in Tasawwuf the inheritor of the Prophet, guiding seekers on the path from clay, meaning nafs, to light, meaning ruh. The Kamil Murshid helps awaken this nafas al-Rahman, meaning breath of the All-Merciful, within the disciple. Also, as stated in Surah Kaf verse 17, whoever Allah guides is truly guided, but whoever He leaves to stray, you will never find for them a Murshid, meaning a spiritual guide. Angels are always in dhikr, but their dhikr is fixed and limited to the forms Allah gave them. Man, however, through guidance of a Murshid, can transform his every breath into dhikr, making his remembrance continuous, like angels, and even higher because it comes through free will. In tariqat, the Murshid teaches habs al-nafas, meaning watching the breath, and zikr kafi, meaning silent dhikr. Every inhalation and every exhalation affirms Allah and He alone. This makes the seeker live in the constant rhythm of divine presence. Through Quran, Surah An-Nur strengthens inner light. Surah Al-Inshirah opens the heart to receive mercy. Ayat An-Nur, which Surah 24 verse 35 is a direct invocation of Allah's light through dua of light, as stated in Sahih Muslim, Hadith 763. Dua for protection from darkness of grave. Allahumma ajal qabri rawdatan min riyad al-Jannah. Through acts, sincere charity is a light on Qiyamah. As stated in Tirmidhi, Hadith 1961. Prayers in the night. described as light upon light. Avoiding arrogance and pride, for arrogance extinguishes the lamp, making man resemble Iblis. So, dear viewers, Angel Siraj Al Rahim is not only an angel of the womb, but a cosmic symbol of divine mercy. He illuminates the unseen, protects the fetus, gives fitra at birth, guards the grave, comforts in barzakh, and becomes light on Qiyamah. His role echoes through the Quran, Hadith, and the insights of Sufi masters. And just as the womb's lamp once lit our hidden beginning, so too must we guard its light until we return to Allah. Thank you for watching our video. If you enjoy this content and find it beneficial, we kindly ask you to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel for more authentic, faith-strengthening content. And let's continue this journey of knowledge together. Insha'Allah, see you in the next video. Allah Hafiz.